Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everyone. It's 7:15 in Ireland. Looks like midnight because it's so dark here, but it's 7:15.
Just 7:15.
Yeah, I hope you are well. I hope everything's okay with you and your family. Hi, our friends from Ireland, our SSI workers. Nice to be here. Not to see you, but unfortunately we cannot see each other. But
just they can see us. That's not fair.
yeah. And I also like to say good afternoon to our friends in America, all Kardec Radio listeners. Thank you very much for being here with us. And I'd like to say thank you for this moment. So today we're gonna talk about topics we have in the Spirit's book, questions 766 to 775 of the Spirit's book. And the main topic is the law of society. So that's a lot of things to discuss, to talk, and we will give you our interpretation here, and I hope this help you to find out your own interpretation. Okay, so hello, Darnell. Good to have you here with us today. Thank you very much. So in order to start this talk, I'd like to invite, let the girls first. Nate, would you mind to do the initial prayer? Ladies first.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's take a deep breath. If you can, close your eyes. And the most important, let's raise our thoughts to Jesus, to the high spirits, making connection with our mentors. First, I'd like to thank the mentors of the Spirit Society of Arden to be with us, guiding us, hope this moment of studies, they will guide us through this moment here, as usually. Let's try to enjoy this moment, this conversation, with an open heart and an open mind. God bless us. So be it. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so Cassia, my dear friend, missing you. From UK. Oh, our guys from UK, good to have you here. Dudu, good night, my friend. And Chicago, hey, Don, how are you, my friend? So, as usual, don't forget to interact with us. Again, our topic today is the law of society. You can find in the questions 766 to 775 of the Spirit's book. Okay? So, we will talk about the law of society. But first of all, we need to discuss and say, okay, what is society? Do you know, Nate, what is society?
Well, let's say in a very simple way that society is a group of people that living together. Let's say that our society today, for example, is conjunct of people. I don't know if I use the right word here. Group of people living together and try to learn together. Learning how to deal with each other. Let's say. I don't know. I put in a very simple way with my words. You want to see this more specifically through the studies. I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, good. We have here, Dudu, if you don't mind, can you send me your address in a private message, and I send Spirit's book to you, okay? No problem. I will send this to you. Just send me your email in a private message, and I will make sure this is gonna reach you, okay?
Now we don't have our place when we used to go, so very difficult for the guys to get access on the books.
So yes, we can say a society is a union of people. Okay, so it's a moral union. Okay, with the same objective. Okay, because we have people in a society with different backgrounds, different knowledge, different ways to think, and but what is common between us is our moral union. Okay, so and this leads us to an objective. Okay. We can say, like, for example, like Aristotle, he used to say that human being is a naturally social being. Okay. However, according to the Spirit's book, society is a natural law. And do you know why is a natural law? Let's keep this in the air. Let me see what's to do the road here. For me, society is the environment and place we stay in reunion to pay our debts and learning each other. Dudu, it's not wrong what you're saying here, but you're mistaking here what with the purpose of the society. Because society is one thing. The purpose why you are in the society is another thing we're going to talk later. So society is more, okay, is a reunion of people, okay, to is a reunion of people with the same moral values with one objective. Okay, now pay our debts and learning each other is the consequence of a society. So it's two different things in my viewpoint. Okay, so we were saying that society is a natural law, and the question is, why is a natural law? Okay, because, do you know it?
No, I was waiting for you to answer.
Okay, it's a natural law.
I have you explain better than me this part.
Okay, because living collectively is a natural thing. Okay, since, I don't know, beginning of the years, we always used to live collectively. Okay, but creating rules, how we gonna live in this collective of people, is a human invention. Okay, so that's why we have laws. We have a lot of laws made by men, and laws made by men we can change during the time, during the period we have, we can change this. Natural law, which is the law of divine law, is unchangeable. Doesn't matter time, doesn't matter when it's applied, is one thing, it's the same. Okay, so that's why society is when we as human beings or as spirits, even though when we are disconnected in the spiritual world, we do live collectively. Okay. Yes, Daniel, yes, you're correct. I think the book states that God did not make us to be in isolation. Perfect. That's what's coming now. You're perfect. That's it. Say, our friend Guilherme Velho. Hi, my friend. I'm glad you are back in action. So be ready. Soon you'll be here with us. So thank you for watching us. Thank you very much, my dear friend. So let's keep going here. So as Darnell said here, God didn't create us to be in a complete isolation. And why isolation? Because we cannot progress being isolated. We cannot progress without exchange knowledge, exchange conversations, exchange viewpoints. We cannot do it in isolation. Okay, and many of you now, this year 2020, many of us experienced what is living in isolation, and we felt how it is to not interact with people. Like me personally, I'm missing hugging people. I'm missing smash that girl which is beside me here in the video. Fight with her. I miss that thing. I know. She annoys me, but I love her. I'm missing her.
I'm escaping for you right now.
So, but we need this kind of. We need to live. We need to understand that. Let me see what's Robbie put interesting things here. Interaction of society provides us the ability to practice our progression. Perfect. Well done, my friend. That's it. I would rather live in isolation in nature. Well, Robbie, that is pros and cons. Let's take this example. Those I don't know what's the name, but those people who live meditating in the mountains, isolate of the world. Okay, they do not have contact with the world outside of the temple. Okay, inside the temple, even though inside the temple they live collectively because there are other people with them. Okay, and they are meditating all the time, thinking good things, which is very good. Help us. The vibration of the earth, they have a huge role with their meditation and their daily prayers in order to help balance the word vibration. However, they only are able to do this because they are isolated from their, let's call it real world. Okay, if you put them in together with us, all this noise we have around us will not let them do their role properly, which is praying for the good, meditating, and elevate the vibrations of the earth, not of the place, the earth, in order to balance the forces. Okay? I'm saying too much today. No.
No, we're going good. I'm love to sit here and watch you talk. That's I'm good. No, it's very good. It's different, Robin. For example, the isolation that Steven is talking is the one that, like you said, isolation from the outside world, but they still live in conjunct with the society inside of the temples, and they have a purpose for that. But on the spirit book, there is one question that is 767, that they talk about the absolute isolation. And they ask if the absolute isolation is contrary to the law of nature. And the answer from the spirits, they say that yes, because people instinctively seek society living, and because all of them must cooperate in humankind's progress. Is exactly what Robin said on the other question. Interaction of society provide us the ability to practice our progression. It's exactly that what the book said in this part, in this question. So if we, because as you, Robbie, I had once in my life that I want to run away and live in an isolated island without no contact with human, because I was like fed up of all the bad things that I saw in the world. So I I wish that I could, take a boat, go to the isolated place, and could live my life alone, just the coconut waters and fishing, and be there far away from all this problem. Don't think about the bill, don't think about money, don't think about problem with the other. Was like a perfect word for me, you know. But now, after a few years of my life that are a little bit mature now of that I was before, yes, now I'm a more than 18-year-old before. And, just so I see the necessity of living society. So I see that if I put myself today in an isolated island when I won't have contact with anyone else, just myself, probably I will get crazy in the first week. Believe me, we will get crazy in the first week, because we have this needed of live in society, live with other people. Even to, if I have once in my life, I have to choose between live by myself or live with others. Even knowing that I will have problem with other people, I chose to live with others because I don't want to feel alone. Because, like Steven said in the beginning, the purpose of humankind here is not to live alone. God didn't put us here in this planet to live each one by itself, without needing each other. We have this needed, the instinctive to live together, and not a instinct like animal instinct. Because if compare ourselves with animals, for example, the animals, they live together in the family when they are little, and when they grow up, they are in the adult life, they start to live by itself. Most of, not all, but most of the animals of the human kingdoms. So the animal kingdom, sorry. So different of us, we have this necessity to live together. We need, even if we don't like it, with all this problem, I'm quite sure if you have the opportunity to live by yourself, to compare yourself with animals, you will get crazy.
Okay, I don't know if it's her.
Because, oh, sorry, I think I just dropped it a
Yeah,
little.
is you? Yeah.
Like now, good. Okay. So continue. We have this instinctive need to be with others, to work with others, to deal with others. Is not and like I said, an animal instinct, but our intelligent instinct that we have. Because I saw few people once say, yeah, used to just have many people that they used to say, I don't need anyone. I don't need you. I don't need nobody. I can live by myself. This is the most wrong thing that we can do is say these words, because I learned, not just learning by the experience in my life, but studying as well, and observe the world around us. I could understand that we need each other to survive. We need each other to live in this planet. And
Mhm.
don't even say ever that you don't need nobody, because it's the big mistake of your life. You always will need someone. We always will need. We are dependent of each other, not a dependent of in a manner physical dependent, or no. I'm saying dependent because we need to learn. We need to evolve, like you say. Like we need to progress. And the only way to progress here is living society, is sharing experience with each other, is sharing no problems, but I just forget the word right now. Sorry, guys. But yes, it's like sharing everything, like learning if we always mistake with each other, uh, learning how to respect the others, how to see the other opinions, or to see the others. For example, I give you a very simple example. For example, when we decide to move from our country to come to live in another place, you are changing the society. So we are in a society that we use to all the customers, the traditionals, the everything, the way of life, and then you start in another way, in another place, when we have to learn everything, and you have to learn everything again, the culture, the manners, the how the people deal with things there. So you it's new things, and this will teach you a lot. You will see this in another perspective. You learn how to respect the other's culture, and it's like a open window in your mind, right?
Mhm.
And you just will learn this when you move to a place to another to live with other kind of society, right? So that's the purpose of us to be here. In my point of view here, it is exactly what Robin put to practice, and to learning how to do this. Of course, there is a deep way that we're gonna get there later. I don't want to jump on the other topics now, right, Steven?
Yeah, yeah, and for example, we can say who watched that movie Castaway, played by Tom Hanks, and during the movie, he developed a friendship, a relationship with a volleyball ball, which called Wilson. Okay, I know the Wilson, the brand Wilson won a lot, but who keep the character on that movie alive for many years was one of the things, the relationship, the interaction he had with that ball. So even though he was isolated, he needed to have that kind of interaction. So you can see in the movie, he fights with the ball. He even hear the ball yellow at him or have a conversation with him. So, however, we know we do have this, but we need to respect each other, because even though we are in a society, we are in different levels, different degrees of evolution, and we needed to respect, we needed to understand that my limit begins when finish your limit, and your limit begins when finish my limit. And what do? We don't respect that. I give an example that is a funny story. A guy went to the cemetery to visit someone who passed away, okay? And he brought some flowers. And I would say, I don't know how many you guys go to cemetery, you buy a flower and put a flower in the graveyard of your beloved one who passed away. So he put that flower in the graveyard, okay? And when he looked beside him, he saw a Chinese guy putting, instead of flour, he put a plate of rice. Okay? And then he said to the Chinese guy, hey, do you expect the person, your beloved one will come and eat that rice? And the Chinese said, yes, he will come. At the same time, yours will come to smell the flower. So it's different cultures, different beliefs, but we need to respect each other. We needed to understand the limits. And what we do, we judge. We act as judge, and we judge everybody based in what we do believe. So I believe such thing is right for me, so I start to judge everybody in that viewpoint. But for someone, what I'm saying is right is not right, is wrong. And what we do, we impose this. Okay, let me see, I have comments here from Dudu. But there are differences in live by yourself or by your own and living by yourself in society. If we look for the lockdown 2020, the isolation is terrible for a human being. For this reason, society is the perfect environment to get a grown up like a human being and the spirit. Well, that's exactly what we said to do. We need that. For somehow we need that. So even though it's in this isolation, we need that someone who put food on the shelves for us to buy and keep alive. We need someone as a doctor, let's say frontline, who treats you because you are sick. So everyone have your own role in the society. And we need to find out what it is your role. You need to understand that. We need to figure out. And the only one who have this answer is you. Okay, so let's keep going here. So, and why we are in the society? Because we needed to progress. We need this contact with each other in order to develop this, in order to develop our charity, in order to overcome our selfishness, in order to exercise our forgiveness, in order to exercise our free will. So we need the society. We need this. Okay? And with that example I gave with the flour in the plate of rice, we need to understand that we do have tolerance and respect. Looks like the same thing, but are two complete different things. Okay? Respect doesn't mean we have to agree with someone else. And tolerance is, okay, you have your viewpoint, I respect, but I think differently. Okay, like with us today. Okay, problem with Nate here. Oh, look, we're here, Tarkus. Hey, my friend. Missing you. Missing you. Okay. She's back. She's back. Energy. Who show up here? Tarkus. Tark, show up here. Oh, my friend.
Miss you too, my
you
friend.
as well. So good, good. Let's see here. Daniel say, study the Kardec books helps a person have a better perspective of many things and people in life. Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. That's why I'm not saying, when you think, guys, when you put a label in the Spiritism, say Spiritism or religion, this is me. I would say, well, I don't think it's kind of a religion. I think it's more a philosophy of living, because religion, in my viewpoint, you have dogmas, you are forbidden to do this, you are forbidden to do that, you need to follow this, if you don't do this, you go to somewhere, you need to follow some rules. And kind of Spiritism, we don't have any dogmas. We don't have anybody saying you're doing wrong, you're doing bad. We need to understand everyone has your own level, everyone has your own development, and everyone needs to respect each other. So when you start to apply these Spiritism principles in our life, when you start to apply these in our day-by-day challenges, this becomes more than religion. But again, this is Stevan saying to you, okay? Even though Kardec, he says, Spiritism has the triple aspects, science, philosophy, and religion. So, okay? But for me, Stevan, it's more philosophical than religion, okay? The part of the religion is the gospel part, in which we study Jesus' teachings, which is our guide and model. Okay? Because why? Because the way he lived, the way the examples given to us, is the perfect model. With respect, with tolerance, with wise comments, with beautiful examples. So when we're talking about Jesus, we are talking about his teachings, his moral teachings is so perfect that nobody came on earth to overcome this yet. Okay? Someday we may have or may not have, but so far he is our perfect and model guide. Okay? So, and we can say, what can use in order to exercise more this tolerance and respect? What do you think we need to have more?
I think you have more. We have everything. We need to first to analyze better things. I think we are like, we need to be less selfishness first, and or I use the word because I think selfishness maybe not the good word, but selfless can be better. Because as we live in society, we need to understand that we are all connected, right? So everything that I do somehow will reflect in somebody's life as well. So at work, at home, in my family, in the group of friends, all my attitudes, all my action will generate a reaction. I think we need to understand that we are all connected and we need each other, and we have to learn how to live in a common, I don't say common equal because it will be too much, but like you said, to respect more each other, to see the point of view of this person sometimes instead of judge, because we have this instinct to judge first and analyze after. Let's try to analyze first and judge. And don't judge, because judge is not something nice. Because when you judge someone, don't forget, we point one finger, there is other 4 point to you. So it's not something that we should do, let's say. But yeah, we have to exercise this slowly, I believe, because we are so many years, so many lives, so many incarnations living, in this way, and learning and learning. But now we get on the point. I believe that we get to the point that we cannot deny anymore. We cannot use the word that I didn't know that this was wrong. I didn't know that how could help one. I didn't know how to do better. Uh, we have a lot of information tools today. We have a lot uh, good things that help us to progress, to know these things. So we cannot use this excuse anymore. What can I see is like, okay, it's difficult for me to overcome these standards. So okay, I recognize this, and I will try to work on this. Is already one step. So you cannot say that you didn't know. You can say that it's hard. It's hard to work on this. It's hard to work my pride. It's hard to work my selfishness, because I have this instinct to do it. Sometimes I do it natural. When I see I already say something. When I realize I already said that thing that I should not say to that person, and that you regret late. And this kind of thing, like, I believe that if we stop to analyze better how we live, how we act, and how we think, and start to see what we have to work on. If it's difficult for me to come to this person after and say sorry, I have to work on this. To overcome this instinct, this bad tendency that I have to say think first, and don't say sorry, even recognize that I'm wrong. So we have all these bad tendencies that we have to work on. We all here together struggling to learn this. And that's why it's important to live in society, to work together on this, because I have good things and bad things. The other have good things and bad things, but I can teach you something to make you better, and you can teach me something to make myself better. So it's an exchange, and it's a win-win point of view here. There is no I'm win, you lost. We have to understand that always is a win-win game. There is no lose. There is no uh, lost here, because I win, you win. We are here to learn together. We always have something that we can teach to someone, and we all have something to learn with the others. With Doesn't matter if the person is like not intellectual, is a simple person, the most simple person in life that you can meet. This person will teach you something.
Yeah.
And you can meet the high intellectual guy in your life. Maybe you have something to show, or have something that this person needs as well. So the point that I want to get here is like, we always learn with each other all the time. This is a never stop game.
I like what you said, Nate, because there are moments that I need to go through the pathway. Okay, when I need to go to that pathway, it means is the moment we need to learn. And sometimes we do have moments in which we are the way, we are the example, we are helping the others. So our life is a two-way street. Okay? Sometimes you are the way, sometimes you need to go under this way or on this way in order to realize it. Do ask here.
It's a
Go
very
ahead.
interesting question that he said. And
Yeah,
I
but
also, when, if you don't mind, I just want to say something for him, because he said when we analyze, we make judgment. But the analyze point that I want to point to a point here is not to analyze in a judgment way, as you said, because but I know we do this automatically. Don't think that we will start to do this in a day for another without judgment. To do this is quite I don't say impossible, but it's very hard for us. Don't judge even us. Like I judge myself a lot, and I'm sure that you do the same. We judge ourselves a lot. It's normal, but we have to exercise is do analyze ourselves without the judgment. We have to change the judgment for self-analyze and self know yourself. We have to know ourselves. I'm not judging myself. I'm getting to know myself. This is what we have to change. It's like a switch that we have to do. Instead of judge us, and sometimes we do this in a very hard way with ourselves, we have to understand that I'm not judging myself. I'm getting to know myself. I'm recognize that that I have this weakness or I have this problem that I have to work on, but no judgment. I'm not to start to do it myself. Stop. If you see that you start to do it yourself, stop it. You don't have to do it. You have to analyze yourself in a point that you want to know yourself better. Once that you
well,
know yourself, you'll be much easier to work on.
okay, Ned, but I think is the judgment happens at the moment when you impose your viewpoint to someone. Okay.
Sorry, Stevan, I just got the internet. I couldn't get the word.
Okay. The judgment happens when you impose your viewpoint to someone. Okay. So it's normal us to analyze someone's attitude. Okay. Oh, if I'm his shoes or her shoes, I will do it differently. And we start to create a kind of debate. I don't like these terms debate because debate means someone needs to win at the end. And we need to exercise here the dialogue. Instead of saying, "Oh, I don't agree with you. I don't concur with your idea," just say, "Hey, I have a different point of view. I think differently." That's a way to share your opinion. You are still not agreeing with that person, for sure. But instead of close the doors and say, "You are wrong," you are saying, "Hey, I think differently here. I have a different point of view." And you express your opinion and you will start a dialogue instead of a debate. I always put this in your mind, guys. When you start a debate, means that someone needs to win that. And we see a lot of this in the politics when it's in the election time. They do have a debate, like president debate, governor debate. So it means, oh, who won? It's not this. It's not imposition. It's a common sense, an agreement. This is what we're talking about here. Okay, and you
This part I
want
like the philosopher because the philosopher did this.
yeah, exactly. And we will start to having this, like Nate said, when you start to know yourself, you know your limits. You know your limits. And today I heard a sentence which make a lot of sense. Let me see if I can translate this sentence because I heard in Italian. Um, let me see. When the intolerance speaks, the intelligence uh, stay mute. Because when someone is intolerant, is arrogant, doesn't matter what you're gonna say, you will never change his mind or her mind, his viewpoint. He will never. Why? Because they are not ready. Remember at the beginning when we said we are in different levels. I'm not saying you are in superior than that person, not saying it. I'm saying we are different levels with different understandings. Okay? So we need to respect. So instead of say something and start the debate, why do not shut your mouth and say, okay? So this is society. This is what make us live in this world. That's why, and I like one sentence here, is in the question 769 of the Spirits book. And they said, the Spirits said, God cannot consider us pleasing a life in which persons condemn themselves to being useless to everyone. So somehow you are helping here. Even though I have my life, there is no purpose. I don't find a meaning for my life. Yes, you are. Unfortunately, instead of find out what is, why and where and how you are helping, you kill yourself. And after, when you passed away, when you are in the spiritual world, you discover that so many people are missing you and you are helping a lot of people in, unfortunately, you couldn't see. So everyone has your purpose, and you do have your purpose. You do have. Like Rob said here, living within society definitely points out areas I needed to focus on. Everybody, Robbie, join the club. Everybody needs that. Sometimes we have zero tolerance, and we need to develop this. We need to learn how to keep our mouth shut and respect the other's opinion. Respect is not means you concur with that opinion. If you have space, you can say, hey, I'm thinking differently here. Why, if I'm in your shoes or if I have this situation, I will do this, and express. If they accept, happy days. If they don't accept, that's not what you can do. But exercise, living in a society is exercise tolerance and respect every single second. And most of us don't do it. Most of us don't do it. So, again, we need to find out what is our role here. When you are working, you may have a friend. So when you are retired, I don't know how many of you guys are retired, but what's the meaning? What are you going to do? What if this rich experience of life you have? Why do not share it with everyone? Why do not use your life experience as an example. You know, let me see here. What they say. Daniel says, I have to polish myself. Well, again, Daniel, join the club. I need to polish myself as well.
All the time.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing to do ever. You know, Don, me too. Well, it's good, Nate. We are not alone in this club. You know, that's the good thing. You know, we're not here alone. But yes, guys, we need to exercise this, and this is an exercise. This is not that, oh, I can do it, I cannot do it. It's an exercise. You need to practice every single day. Moments we will get it, some moments we won't. But we need to try. We need to exercise this. And we need to respect that. Okay? Again, when I say about the retirement, because I have a one day I think when I was, I don't know, I think 11, 12 years old. My mom at that time, she was in a spirit center, and every single person that spirit center was, for me, old. No. Most composed by retiring people, like in the age of 60s. So for me, at 11 years old, everybody was old. And then I asked my mom. I said, "Hey, why you push me and to go to that place? I have nobody of my age. Everybody's there is old." And I remember my mom said, is because the best thing someone can give you, the best advice you can give to someone is to get old. Because when you get old, you have lived so many challenges, you have overcome so many barriers, and you understand that. And you start to respect the other. You start to know the boundaries. You know where someone's limits start and someone's limits begin. You have that feeling. And I kept this with me a lot. And just now, okay, I'm 43, but I'm not old, no. When I see the people like with 60s, they are not old anymore. They are young people. But it's true. It's true. It starts to make remember your memories you have, things you were when you were 18-year-old. For you was essential, and for you now in your age, that's not essential anymore. So we give different values. So depending on the wage, we give different values and we measure differently. No, I love retirement, but it presents its own challenges. Having too much time isn't always good, but I like having time to think about God and life. Don, okay, good to know you are retired, but why do not show this experience? Why do not? I think one day you said you are a retired engineer. Why do not exercise this in an organization, in a charity shop, like when you come up with having classes? Why do not share this knowledge? Why do not start alive now, sharing your knowledge to someone, even though you think, oh, this is useless? It's not useless. It's someone else will have advantage of that. Why do not spend your time and find out, okay, when I was in my working time, when I was in college, I thought this is very difficult to understand. And now, when you experience many challenges, that theory you thought it was difficult, now it makes more sense for you. Why do not explain this to someone? Why do not exercise this? And this is what we try to do here. We try to talk about the gospel, about the spiritism. I know for you guys, this is make some sense. For others, will not make any sense. But for me and for Nate, makes a lot of sense because help us to exercise what we read, what we understand, what we study. So these make us think. It's again, it's useful for more for me and Nate than for you guys. Believe that. Because we are in a position here, we need to say, hey, I said this yesterday in the live and I'm doing this now. Oh my gosh, I need to fix this. I need to put things right. Let me say here, Darnell, I'm retired, started with Kardec at age 25. Brilliant, Darnell. Why do not join forces? Why do not give this experience? Like the example I have, the best advice you can give someone who is in a young age is get old. But let's change that and say, okay, why do not give the experiences you live and give to those people who are young and say, hey, I went to this pathway and I end up here. I'm pretty sure you guys, you do have good moments and bad moments, but lessons you have learned. And this is society. It's help each other. We cannot live isolated. We need to exchange these moments. We need to exchange these different values, and always practicing the tolerance and the respect to each other. Okay? Wow.
That's true.
I was talking here and sorry, Nate.
No problem.
Yeah. So
good.
I have 2 minutes. And guys, if you have anything to say, please say it. And don't forget, next Tuesday, we have the second part of the talk given by Dr. Sergio Thyssen. Okay? And the topic is, what is the frontier between spiritism, physics, and medicine? Or the triple frontier between spiritism, physics, and medicine. Daniel said, beautiful device from home. Yes. Yes, Daniel. Yes, it is. It is. And that's why what I need to do is pass this along and try to use this for myself as well. Okay. And again, guys, during the holiday season, we will not stop our talks. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be here. So I know you're busy, sometimes visit family, but we'll be here just in case you need we'll be here talking and sharing our experiences and practicing this. Okay?
Just saying, Daniel, you said that you went back. Guys, if you want to see the first part of Dr. Sergio Tisi, is always in our Facebook page.
Or
It's record
YouTube
there.
page as well.
But,
In YouTube, we
catch
do
up
have
the
it
first
as
part
well.
before is record there.
Yeah, so I'm glad you like it, Daniel. Yeah. So, in order to finish today, let me do final prayer. I will ask to our superior friends, our mentors, to stay close to us and help us to put in practice all the lessons, the experiences we have changed today in our life, giving us opportunities to practice the good for our neighbor. We ask you to touch those hearts who are thinking about suicide, those hearts who are suffering from anxiety, those hearts who are loneless, those hearts who are lost. Please, dear friends, stay close to them. May this prayer reach them and sow the seed of hope in their hearts. Once again, thank you for the opportunity. May we have a blessed week. So be it. Amen.
Very good. So thank you,
Okay,
everyone. Thank you, guys.
thank you, everyone. I'll
Thanks for
see
having me
you
here again.
Tuesday at 7:15 Irish time. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And thank you very much. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Stevan.
I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.